addressing Omicron.
Sooner or later, we're going to see cases of this new variant here.
President Biden speaking to the nation. The Christmas parade suspect facing a judge.
State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks.
And facing some new charges. Plus, on the heels of Cyber Monday,
we do expect it to be bigger and better this year.
We check in on Miami's Amazon distribution center. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solate.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Today's November 30th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
The U.S. is in preparation for the arrival of the new coronavirus variant, Omicron. As the strain continues to spread, more countries are taking the step forward for travel restrictions.
But scientists warn they need time to find out how concerning this variant is. The U.S. is bracing for Omicron, but scientists urge preparation, not panic.
What we don't know is whether this Omicron variant will outcompete Delta.
The new coronavirus variant now found in a dozen countries, including Canada.
Sooner or later, we're going to see cases of this new variant here.
But says the best protection against Omicron is the vaccine.
Do not wait. Go get your booster.
Scientists are racing to study just how dangerous it is.
What we do know, it has a lot of mutations, more than 50. That's a new record, and some of those we've seen before and some we haven't.
The World Health Organization deeming its risk at very high.
We don't have enough information about whether it's more transmissible, whether it's going to cause more severe disease, and critically, is it able to escape the effects of the vaccine?
A growing number of nations and now the U.S. restricting travel from South Africa and neighboring countries.
You understand the point of the travel of the restriction, to give us time to get people to get protection, to be vaccinated and get the booster.
Others calling it a knee-jerk reaction.
It's outrageous that South Africa and Southern Africa is being punished for having good surveillance.
President Biden says he doesn't anticipate further travel restrictions. President Biden says the unlikely event updated vaccines or boosters are needed for Omicron. The U.S. will work with vaccine makers to push for development. On Thursday, the White House is set to release details on a new strategy towards fighting COVID this winter.
With concerns over supply chain issues, President Biden has entered a conversation with several retail and grocery chain executives. The group met in D.C. yesterday. According to the White House, a statement was released saying the administration is focused on helping keep the prices low and keep the shelves well stocked. Tomorrow, President Biden is set to announce the latest updated economy status.
The penalty phase in a high-profile Florida trial is underway. The sentencing of Markeith Lloyd began yesterday. Lloyd murdered Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. The jury will determine if he should get the death penalty. He's already serving a life sentence for the death of his ex-girlfriend.
Christmas parade suspect Daniel Brooks has been charged with an additional murder count. This is the 6th count of first-degree intentional homicide that Brooks has been charged with in relation to the November 21st massacre in Wisconsin. Each homicide charge carries a mandatory life sentence. Brooks' next preliminary hearing is scheduled for January 14th.
Today is the second day of jury selection in the case of actor Jussie Smollett. The selection phase of his trial began yesterday morning. After more than 2 years since actor Jussie Smollett was accused by authorities of paying 2 men to stage the incident in hopes of boosting his career. Smollett pleaded not guilty on 6 counts of disorderly conduct. If he is found guilty, he may face up to 3 years in prison and be fined $25,000 per charge.
Plans for new leadership at Twitter are in the works this morning. Jack Dorsey is stepping down as the social media company's CEO. In a release statement, Dorsey says he's leaving the company as they are ready to move on from its founders, Parag Agrawal. Twitter's chief technology officer will take over as CEO next year. With the news of Dorsey's departure, shares of Twitter jumped 10% in pre-market trading yesterday.
A famous singer giving voice to a new sneaker idea.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
If they're not charging an exorbitant price, they're probably just scamming you.
Sales and global product shortages, online shopping scams are at an all-time high. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs. My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
COVID-19 has changed how we stomp the yard and feel the beat. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to strolling instead of scrolling. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I get it? Is it free? It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your fam.
Holiday hazard. With the rise of online shopping, experts advise consumers to beware of hackers. A record-breaking number of people are shopping online this week. Now more than ever, it's buyer beware.
Security experts say scammers and hackers are also browsing online, with some possibly using the ongoing supply chain issues to their advantage to try to steal money and private information. Their advice: if it seems too good to be true, stay away.
And that should be a red flag, is if somebody has something available that is very difficult to find. If they're not charging an exorbitant price, they're probably just scamming you.
Last year, it was a record-breaking day for us on Cyber Monday, and we do expect it to be bigger and better this year.
You just heard from an Amazon representative. Now you're looking at the Amazon Distribution Center in Miami, where workers are scrambling to deliver all of the products that were sold during yesterday's Cyber Monday event.
Latin singer Rosalía sending clues that she may be partnering up with Nike on a special sneaker. The network's Tanais Beauvoir has more on this potential collaboration.
Monday, Latin artist Rosalía showed her followers a tutorial in turning her Air Force Ones into an espadrille. Rosalía is known for her unique streetwear fashion and nail art design. The video shows Rosalía tying a satin ribbon around her ankle. The sneaker seen worn by the artist resembles the Stussy Air Force One Low Fossil, a stitched nude fabric. The singer captions the post, AF1 Espadrille. The espadrille has been around for centuries, having cultural roots in Catalonia, a region in Spain. Soldiers and laborers wore the shoe in the area of Catalonia. Espadrille was also the signature shoe for Catalonia dancers, which featured ribbons tied around the dancers' ankles. Many speculate if this is a soon-to-be Nike collaboration with the Latin artist. Women who have worked with Nike before have very successful sneaker launches. Tanais Beauvoir for the South Florida Media Network, signing off.
All the time we have for Newsbreak, I'm Janelle Dukin.
And I'm Zitlali Solate. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.